Have you heard of omega-3s? They're great for a lot of reasons, but will they help you have better sex? I'm Dr. Rena Malik, urologist and pelvic surgeon, and today I'm talking about the relationship between dietary fatty acids and omega-3s and erectile dysfunction. Research in the past had suggested that guys who eat more polyunsaturated fatty acids, your omega-3s and omega-6s, have lower rates of erectile dysfunction. And this makes a lot of sense. These fatty acids are good for cardiovascular health, or your heart health. And they do this because they support the endothelium, or the lining of blood vessels, making blood flow better. Ultimately, that means that you're getting better blood flow to your penis and stronger erections. But when you look at these earlier studies, they look at each fatty acid individually. But nutrition is not that simple, right? It's much more complex. For example, when you eat a piece of salmon, you're not just getting one type of omega-3, you're getting a whole mixture of fatty acids that all interact with each other. This new study used what's called a mixture analysis, essentially advanced statistical methods that look at how these fatty acids work together, not just as an individual unit. In this study, researchers used data from the NHANES database. I've talked about this a lot on this channel. It's a National Health and Nutrition Examination Survey. They use data from 2001 to 2004, and essentially it's a large nationally representative survey conducted by the CDC, and they included about 3,700 adult men of age 20 or older. Each man completed a 24-hour dietary recall, so they remembered what they ate for 24 hours, and answered a very specific question about sexual function. How would you describe your ability to get an erection and keep it, which is adequate for satisfactory sexual intercourse? And if men answered sometimes or never, they were categorized as having erectile dysfunction. They also looked at 7 specific fatty acids: linoleic acid, alpha-linoleic acid, stearidonic acid, arachidonic acid, EPA, DPA, and DHA. This is basically the full spectrum of what you get when you eat fish, nuts, seeds, and oils. They also used something called propensity score matching to compare guys who either had ED or who didn't, to make sure they were very similar in age, weight, smoking status, income, education, and any other factors that might play a role. And so ultimately they ended up with a little less than 1,400 guys in the analysis. So what did they find? First, they noted that all 7 fatty acids were highly correlated with each other, meaning that if you eat a lot of one type, you likely eat a lot of the others too. This is from diet, right? Not supplements. However, what surprised me was that the higher intake of these fatty acids, individually or together, didn't actually provide any significant protection against erectile dysfunction. So what does this mean? First, I want to be completely clear. This study doesn't say that omega-3 fatty acids are bad for you. In fact, there are many benefits. The cardiovascular benefits are well established. So if you're taking fish oil, omega-3s, DHA, EPA for heart health, this study doesn't change that. There are still heart health benefits. What it does suggest is that the idea of taking fish oil supplements is not going to prevent erectile dysfunction. And there's no real strong scientific basis for that based on this particular study. Now, it's actually a really important lesson that I want you to take away broadly. Just because something is good for one part of your health doesn't mean it automatically helps every other part. Now, when it comes to sexual function, a lot of things that help your overall health do help sexual function. And I talk a lot about that in my new book called The Hard Truth. It comes out November 3rd, and I talk about the pillars of your sexual health. What do you need to do to build a strong foundation for your health and maintain it throughout your life so that you can have great, amazing sex throughout your entire life, and most importantly, live healthy and long. And so this book talks about it from a framework that really makes sense, right? We're talking about how you can improve your sex life and have a better sex life, which I'm sure all of you watching want, right? And so this book is not just saying like, oh, you might have a heart attack, you might have a stroke, and so you should do these things. This is like, hey, I want to have good sex. What do I need to do? And this is all based in science. So please, guys, if you care about men's sexual health, this book is something you need to have. Not just because I wrote it, not just because I want you to buy my book, but because this is a book that has a real chance of making a difference. And when people see publishers, bestseller lists, agents see that men's health books are making a big impact and people are buying these books, they will make more. I previously talked about this on some of my videos, is that when I pitched this book to agents and publishers, a lot of people said, no, thank you, men don't buy books. So let's change that. We need more books for men's health, and we need good authors writing it. So please, buy this book. It's your vote for future books and your vote showing people that men's health matters, sexual health matters. So back to this research, the researchers make a really important point. Instead of focusing on individual supplements, we need to be prioritizing our overall dietary patterns. And I say this all the time, right? You can't just take a supplement and then eat French fries, right? You have to think about things that really show benefit, and things like the Mediterranean diet, which we know support cardiometabolic health, are really, really important. And these make a lot of sense because erectile dysfunction is closely tied to your cardiovascular health, your blood sugar control, your weight, and even your psychological well-being. And no single pill is ever going to fix all those things. There are some limitations, right? This is a cross-sectional study, so it shows associations. It doesn't show cause and effect. And erectile dysfunction is self-reported, which means that people might have lied. They might have had underreported their symptoms, and also they only had one 24-hour dietary recall per person, meaning they just remembered one day in time, which isn't ideal for capturing long-term eating patterns. And they didn't check blood levels of these fatty acids, which may have been more accurate than just looking at dietary recall alone. Ultimately, the findings are what they are, and what they tell us is that we need longer-term, well-designed studied, but bottom line is no one supplement is going to fix your erectile problems, but there are things that we know work. What I will say is that the things we know actually work for erectile dysfunction are things like regular exercise, maintaining a healthy weight, managing blood pressure and blood sugar, not smoking, getting enough sleep, reducing stress. These are fundamentals, and we have to incorporate them in our everyday life and stop looking for quick fixes. I do it too, and it's hard work. It's not sexy, but it leads to better sex. And as always, remember to take care of yourself because you are worth it.